Hi there, welcome. I'm Kushla and today we're looking at how to make a granny square. This is a fairly basic example of a granny square and it just changes colour in every single row. This is what we'll be doing in this video. So I'll put that aside so you can see properly. We'll get started. Start by working 8 chain. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're simply going to join that into a ring with a slip stitch. Like that. Now you don't have to do this, but as I work I'm going to tuck this little tail into the ring as we go so that I don't have to tuck it in later. Right, to get our first row going, so we're working on this part here. So we've got 4 sets of 4 trebles with chains making up the corners. So of course our first set of trebles we'll need to do a turning chain to give us the height we need, and that turning chain, so 3 turning chain, and that will pretend to be a treble for us. 1, 2, my yarn is getting all tangled here, so I'll just pull it free so it's such a drama. No, I'm not happy with that. I've missed my tail under there somehow. Right, we'll try again. Right, over 1 treble, or double crochet for you USA watchers, 2, 3. So that's our first group. Then we need the corner, which is 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Another group of 4 treble into the ring. What am I doing? If I'm looking a little bit awkward today, it's because it's bloomin' freezing here, and so rather than work in my freezing cold studio area, I've set up a makeshift one in my living room beside the fireplace. So I'm all a little bit cack-handed here. Right, 1, 2, 3 chain to make the corner, and then another 4 treble for the 3rd edge. Here's our 4th edge coming in now. And our final corner, 3 chain, and then we're just going to join with a slip stitch in the top of our first, now starting turning chain there. Done. Now in this example we're changing colour right away, so we can just cut that off. And some people like to do an extra chain to lock it, but you can just pull that final stitch right through. And you can see here our little tail that we had at the beginning is all tucked away. I'm just going to snip that off, keep it out of the road, and we can start on our second colour. So you can see we've got our 4 sets of 4 trebles in there. Right, new colour. To join the new colour in, you just pick a corner space to work into. I like to start with the one after the space that I've just finished, because if I start working into there right away it can pull loose easily and becomes a bit of a nuisance. So I'll start working in here. So no yarn on the hook yet. It's through. I'm going to yarn over with the new colour and bring it through. I'm just going to tuck that tail over the back there and work a chain to anchor it. So we're firmly attached now, and now I'll start 2, 3 chain and 3 treble. Right, let's shove them over a little bit. So we're instantly starting on our first corner here, so we need to do 3 chain to get around that corner, and now work another set of 4 trebles into the same space as the first set. And there you have it, the first corner has appeared there. Now we're working along the edge. Now for an edge space we'll do just 2 chains because we don't need to get round a corner, and then start working another set of 4 trebles into the next corner space. Each space 2 chains and into our final corner. Now I'm not going to tuck that one in that direction because I want it to pull to the left to stay tight, not to the right. Although more tendency for it to come loose if I tuck it that way. So I want to hold it that way. And work those final trebles in there. Two chain before we do our finishing slip stitch, and slip stitch into the top of our turning chain there. And that's your second row complete. So you could class this as a little baby granny square all on its own, Just snip that off, finish your colour, pull through, just check that that yarn is holding that stitch tight there, and then you begin on the final colour. Right, once again we've got to join the next colour in at the corner. I'm just using the same colour as we started with, but you don't have to. You can carry on with the same colour you were just using, or use something entirely different, up to you. Right, so no yarn on the hook, just through that space, bring the loop of new colour through, flip that tail across and do one chain to anchor it, and then your 3 turning chain. And we're back into trebles. So again, we're working into the corner. Three chain and another set of trebles. Right, we're working over in each area now, so I'm doing just the 2 chain between and into the next space. Right. 2 chain again and back into the corner. And done. So this is what we call the granny square motif, but some people carry on that granny square and keep working it out until you've got a massive great square blanket. Some people vary the number of chains between the side pieces. I've got an example here. Like, for example, some people would be worried about giving a baby a granny square blanket with holes of this side because little fingers could get caught in them. This one, it's just a little floor throw, has been worked with no spaces in between the treble groups on each one, so it comes up very tight and close, and you're unlikely to get a finger caught in those. And only 1 chain in at the corners, and it's even gone as far as having the trebles worked in the blue to join them together so that there's no appearance of a seam to it. So the options are endless. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want to see more, or visit us on Facebook /Traditional Home Crafts.